Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Jerry Cherry Sunday, episode 77. And in this video, I'm going to give you a simple triad lesson, the top 3 strings only, to jazz up your blues. And it's very, very, very cool. And I think it's cool when there's something you already know, like the blues, a 1-4-5 blues, or any kind of blues, and you can incorporate something new to that, something simple. So you could add to it and spice it up and make it better, baby. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful Sunday out here today in Brooklyn, New York. And hopefully you can hear my guitar. Hello, David Belcher. Good morning, Jerry. Hello, Jamie Ross. Rock. Tom G. All right, so like usual, I'll put a timestamp in the description when I'm going to start the lesson exactly. But right now, I want to give a round of applause to my friends here in the chat. Was that a full applause? There we go, full applause. All right, so this is a really, really cool lesson. It's something you could add to the blues, something you might not know already, and if you don't know, now you're going to know. And basically, if you know the 3 chords and a 1-4-5 blues progression, you're going to just add something really simple to it, like these triads, and it's going to be very, very helpful. So hopefully you guys are having a good morning so far. I know it's very sunny and beautiful out here in Brooklyn, New York. Where you guys watching from? Are you back in Vegas there, Jamie Ross? Tom G. Enjoying that weather on the West Coast. All right. Sultans of Swing Tone. Yeah, I do have my Sultans of Swing Tone. I got it on my, I guess it would be the 4th position up there. So I'm sharing the bridge and the middle pickup. I get that little quack sound to it, like a... Oh, Jamie, you're in New York, huh? Awesome. Hear the difference there? I like to toggle between this 4th position and the 2nd one. Hear the difference? It's still a nice tone, but this one has a... What are you guys drinking out there today? Do you have your coffee? Are you caffeinated? Do you have a Jerry Cherry mug like this with a guitar headstock busting out of a cherry? Well, we must be in Brooklyn because there's an ambulance. You can throw a guitar up in the air and it's going to land on a cop car, an ambulance, or a fire truck. All right, so without further ado, let me show you what this sounds like. These are triads that I'm just going to add to the blues. And a triad is just nothing more than 3 notes, 1, 2, 3 notes of a particular chord, and different inversions. So let me do this I put together like a little 12-bar thing. We'll get this out of the way, and then I'll show you what I'm doing exactly. So you just got back from a week in Texas, 100 degrees every day. Oh my God. Well, I thought it was going to be 90 here today. Turns out it's only 84. So I got the air conditioner running, so I'm cool as a cucumber. So let's do this. Hopefully I can get through it without messing it up. And I'll show you what I'm doing here. Here we go. This is something you've probably heard, but I'm going to explain to you why it sounds like that. Here we go. So that's the sound. I did it a couple times because I messed up a few times in there, but wanted to try to get a good take. So hello, Bobby. Happy Sunday. Give a round of applause. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing just a simple 1-4-5 in A. And I'm sure you've heard this that riff before, right? Hello, Carolyn. What's happening? So good to see you, Carolyn. Sounds beautiful. Thank you for hanging out with us here on this beautiful Sunday here. And so what I'm doing is I'm playing this riff over the A. I have a backing track that's just playing this, a shuffle A. Just a 1-4-5, right? And anybody can color up their blues, which is playing simple shuffle, and then D, and then the E, D, back to A again. But over the chords, what I'm doing is I'm playing this chord. You can do it over every chord. When I get to the D, when I go to the E, D, A. So it's a really cool, interesting sound. You could do a lot of stuff with it. And all it is if you take the what would you do? If you're in A, if you take the minor, the relative minor, right? You know how to get a relative minor. You just go down like that. You go down a half step, then a whole step, relative minor. That's an F sharp. So what this chord is, it's an F sharp minor chord, right? That's all it is, an F sharp minor chord. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, ring the bell for notifications. And basically, it's just an F sharp minor that I'm playing over this A chord. As you can see, look, here's the root, F sharp, the fifth, F sharp, and the third. So here's a 5, a root, and a third of F sharp minor. So really, and what that does, that's F sharp minor, that makes that chord, the A 6 chord. Why? Because you're in A, and you're hitting the 6th degree, F sharp, right here. Hitting the third. This F sharp minor makes up an A6 chord. And that's all you're really trying to do in music. If you're stacking chords on top of each other, whatever the bass is playing, which is an A, you're basically building up that chord. So you have the third, you have the 6. So now you have an A6 chord over the A shuffle. Now, why am I going down right there? So, because whenever you have this chord going, you could play it down a whole step. You can go down chromatically, just like that, or go up chromatically. So when you go down, the second chord here makes this A 9 chord. Because look what happens. You have the A note, you have a B, which makes it the 9th. You know what a 9th chord sounds like that. 9. Here's the D. That's the 7th of the. I mean, it's the, what is it? It's the. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay. There. So the E. That's the 5th of A, and then that's the 7th, the G. So you have the 9th chord. So you're toggling back and forth between the 6th chord and the 9th chord. So pretty cool. So you guys getting that? Finding this helpful? Is something you can incorporate? So whenever you're playing a blues, just think, okay, what's my relative minor to whatever blues I'm playing? In A, it's F sharp minor. So I'm going to play an F sharp minor chord. You can even play this part. Different inversions. You can play this. That's an F sharp minor. When you're playing an A. Instead of this A7 chord. That. And you can play it a half step down. Right? So you have all these different inversions that you could play. So, okay. You have this F sharp minor chord. which is really just a second inversion because you're starting on the 5th. But you know you have an F sharp minor chord here, so we're going to play on the first 3 strings. Here's an F sharp minor, here's an F sharp minor, here's an F sharp minor, here's an F sharp minor. So you have these 3, well, this is the same one, it's this one. So here's 1 right here, here's 2, here's 3. You have these 3 different F sharp minors, and you could go down 3 half step, or 3 steps from each one of them. Right here, right here, and right here. It's all the same thing, just 3 different inversions of the same chord. Now when you get to the D chord, what's your relative minor of D? B minor. So when I get to D, I'm thinking B minor. That's a B minor chord. Right? There's different inversions of B minor too. You have this one, you have this one, and you've all played this chord right here. So I'm only going to play the top 3. You can go down from 3 there too. So from the 6th chord to the 9th chord. Back to the A. Then when you go to the E, same thing. What's the relative minor of E? C sharp. So now any C sharp minor, I could play over that E. Whether it's this position, whether it's this position, whether it's this position. And you can go down, once again, 3 half steps. All 3. So, isn't that cool so far? So let me just show you this one other thing. Basically, we're playing everything on the top 3 strings, the G, the B, and the E. You have your A7 chord on the top 3 strings. Do you know that? Let me know in the chat if you know this chord right here. Because when you play a 7th, you're just going to play it like this. And a D, you have, there's one inversion right here. You also have an A that's like this, or A7 like this. Then you have an A up here like this. And these are just different shapes. You could say that this looks like a D chord, right? You played a D. You play it up here, that same D shape, but with an A. It's really an A chord, but like a D shape. So you know, like if whatever note you're hitting in this position, whether it's a D or a G or an F or an E, with this D shape, you know you're playing, that's an A. Here's like an E shape, playing that A, A7. Here's an A shape, like if you were playing an A like this, an A7. So, all cool stuff. Hopefully you're enjoying this and getting something out of it. So, you know the 3 inversions of the 3 chords. You go to D. Here's a D, here's a D, D7. Here's a D, D7, D, D7. Here's an E, E7, E, E7, E, E7. So they're all the same, just inversions. So now you know in blues you have 3 chords, 3 7 chords, and 3 inversions of each one of those chords that you can play with, as well as the 2 different triads that make up an A6 chord, an A9 chord, a D6 chord, a D9 chord, and an E6 chord, and an E9 chord. That's basically like 12 different chords. So now I'm going to break down the solo and just show you how I applied all that to that solo that I just whipped up and created. A little bit closer up on the neck here. Okay. Let's just have some more coffee here. Jerry mug. Showing off. Okay. So over the A, the first thing I thought of was like, okay, we're going to play an A. So I did the traditional riff. I went I did the 6 chord to the 9 chord. And I wanted to emphasize all the different inversions. So I went real quick. I went, and I went, once again, I went to the 6 chord, down a whole step. So I'm just toying, I'm just playing between these different things. And then up here, the 3rd position, F sharp minor. I'm thinking all F sharp minor over the A. F sharp minor, F sharp minor, F sharp minor. And then once again, I went back to this position because I knew the D was coming up. And then I played around the shape of this A7 chord, which is right here. It's an A. Chromatically down to the D, where I'm playing the B minor shape. Right, I went down to the D here. And then B minor right here. And what's really cool about this, when you go down this B minor, A minor, you know an A's coming up. So it's really cool that you can go from A minor to A major. And I did some really cool, because you have this, in A you have this. Here's the F sharp minor again, because that's what I'm thinking about, F sharp minor. So I'm doing this riff. I'm toggling between the F sharp minor and an A 7 chord. So I went. It's totally bizarre and out there, but it's kind of stuff you can make up when you know that you have this to work with, and then this A. So the A, and then I wait for the 5 chord E, and I just bang that out. Where it's an E, I played this. That's the C sharp that makes the E 6 chord. Because every chord you can play a whole step away from each other. And then the D. Actually, also on the E I went. And on the D. Back to the A. So the whole solo slow kind of sounds like this. All right, so hopefully you're enjoying that. Hopefully you're getting something out of that. Let me know. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're picking up on this blues. Because you can sit here all day and just play just an A minor pentatonic. you can play, like groovy stuff as well. So, all right, David Belcher with a super chat. That was amazing. Something very new we've been able to achieve here with 1,000 subscribers. So it's very, very cool of you, David. Very, very really blessed to know people like you and have great friends here in the chat. And thank you. And hopefully you're getting something from all this. And if you have any questions about it, let me know. I don't know if it's going too deep, but, I'm just looking at its positions that you could play. You could teeter between a whole step. And when I'm on the A, I'm playing this chord. Or here. Or here. On the D, same thing. On the A. On the E. On the A. And it also puts you closer to next other chords, like this. This chord puts me right next to the E. 7 chord. So, all right, hopefully you're getting something out of that. Let me know if there's any particular music that you would like me to cover for next week. Any cool theory stuff, any solos, anything. Let me know in the chats. Let me know in the comment section. And be really, really cool. So let me just try this again and see if we can get a good take on this riff. Let's try it. You ready? Come on. And a really good challenge would be for you guys to try to work this out and try to play it over just the regular blues. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So, tell you what, you get a closer look of it right here. You can see better what I'm doing. It'll be like this. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Any questions about anything, please let me know. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to go out to Prospect Park and enjoy some of this fresh air that we have here today before we hit the next week. And so enjoy your Sunday. Thanks for spending some time with me. Thank you, David Belcher, for the super chat. That's awesome. You're just amazing. Thank you, Tom G. Hopefully you guys picked up something from this. Simple. Just think of your whatever chord you're playing. If it's an A blues, go down to F sharp, relative minor. If it's D, then go down to the B minor. On your E, go down to C sharp minor. And toggle between whole steps between those two minor chords. You can do it all over the fretboard. Come up with interesting riffs, like I made up this stuff, And you can expand your horizons a little bit on the blues. in a simple way, because there's so many difficult ways. When I see an easy way like this, just to open up the blues, it's really cool without getting into any sophisticated jazz stuff. So thank you, Tom, and thank you, Carolyn, and Bobby, and James here in New York. So cool to see you. Thank you, guys, and it means a lot to me. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions about any of this stuff. And remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. I'll see you in the next video. See you next week. Or I'll see you on Thursday night on my Facebook Live at 7:15, where I play original music and fun covers and all that good stuff. So enjoy your weekend or the rest of it. And put on some sunblock if you're burning up out there. Ciao, y'all. Peace. All right. Have a good week, Dave. And all. Ciao, y'all. Thanks.